in some shape, size or form would boil down to digital twins. A very common question I have been asked in a lot of events, a lot of interviews, what's the difference between a 3D and a digital twin? I think many people still confuse that what you are building effectively or what you are trying to build is just another version of 3D. So I had to build my own analogy to make it very, very simple and layman terms. If your body skeleton is 3D, when you insert it with the layers of nervous systems, the brain cells, your soul, your heart, effectively that becomes a digital twin. So digital twin is nothing more, nothing less, but obviously we have seen the virtual copy of everything we see in the real life, including ourselves, interlayered with real-time data. Very, very critical in double quotes is the real-time data. That's effectively what makes the simulations efficiency much faster. Already been host of applications. Obviously, Metaverse is something which probably has come in fashion over the last 12, 18, 24 months. Digital twin has been a precursor for very long. I'm not sure if how many of you saw or missed. It was first actually used by NASA in 1960 as a simulation of a rescue mission of Apollo 13. Not sure how many people know that story in detail. Very interesting. Should read about it. Across industries, like for example, imagine you were talking about infrastructure using digital twins to create real-life simulations of roads, traffic highways, instead of sending manpower to on an often basis, let's say on a quarterly basis, regulate, check for the potholes, so on and so forth. A real-time simulation of a digital twin asset using the help of satellites would exactly tell you what is going wrong and where. Fashion, we just heard, brilliant experience in fashion and brilliant use case in fashion is your digital twin, your avatar is effectively doing a shopping experience with real-time stocking of the inventory. Huge cases in automotive, we are talking about specifically more relevant now with the self-driving cars. A lot of simulation experiences of the real-life experiences of the traffic systems and trying to build your channels according to that. One industry which has been using it probably for closer to a decade now is manufacturing, supply chain ecosystem, trying to bring significant efficiencies there. These are real life use cases which have been happening over the last couple of years. California wildfires, then significant efficiency improvements using digital twins. But very interesting one, I'll show you the video. There are a host of videos I'm going to show you today. Is China building Shanghai as a large digital twin example of how host of the other spaces across the city are using digital twin to improve efficiencies. panelists have spoken about, probably 10 years ahead in the future, it'll still take time for a lot of commerce use case applications to come through. But actually, digital twin is a subset of Metaverse, which is already used across industry using commerce. If I were to simplify it, you add layers of data, you add collaborative experiences, you add commerce applications, you add spatial collaborations, and what you get is effectively the Metaverse. So Metaverse is nothing but a confluence and a combination, in very simple layman terms, of multiple digital twins, interoperable digital twins, interoperable universes operating at the same time. This effectively is a digital twin of the universe we live in. Now, a lot of that effectively is the biggest use case. Part of that is partial because we come from real estate as a sector. But biggest use case which has been happening is real estate construction and the infrastructure space. So when we speak about smart city as a concept, effectively smart city is a digital twin ported into a metaverse space. I don't know how many of you here have heard about Seoul as an experiment, one of the first cities across the world which is trying to move into a total end-to-end smart city concept. What would that mean is residents as avatars would go and speak to regulatory authorities, would file their tax returns, would effectively attend virtual seminars, so on and so forth. So every small, there are 700 different organizations which are collaborating, high-end experiences, digital twin experiences coming together on a singular platform to create a smart city. A subset of that is what Singapore has done with Changi Terminal, in a very small spatial format. Dubai obviously has taken spoken about where Dubai wants to go as a smart city concept. We believe 10 years down the line, the world will have hundreds of smart cities, and smart cities would not be just cities powered by automation. Smart cities would effectively be de facto metaverses with a lot of collaborative experiences there. What we have done as an organization, effectively as a small experiment, have tried to bring this concept with the data and create what a future of search and discovery in real estate would look like. I'll just, again, last video, I promise. Effectively, we are trying to build with 5G coming in, server capacity is changing, speeds changing. We believe a year from now, the search and discovery for real estate as an ecosystem would move into a 3D metaverse space. You wanting to buy a house, you wanting to rent a house, hypothetically, let's say in downtown, your avatar will walk into the streets with real life simulations of the building, real time inventory changes, real time inventory mapping. Or as the real time data simulation will flow into your real life as well. You walking across the street, you're looking at the building, putting your phone there, you will be able to see what is the live inventory in that particular building, particular apartment. So combining those two experiences, combining collaborative experiences of Avatar is effectively what the future of real estate as we know it in terms of the platform, in terms of the search and discovery will look like. A part of that would also be post, so how the facility management works across the building. It will significantly impact how the sustainability centers impact post effectively anything and everything as a community which goes wrong, and if there is something which is serviceable, again would be highlighted through simulators and sensors for various property management and facility management operators to be able to help there. For hospitality industry, for example, another big use case, let's say address hotel here and global guests want to come and stay in an address hotel. Through the metaverse experience, they will be able to not just, their avatar would not be just be able to roam around and see what the facilities of the hotel look like. They will be able to view much more collaborative experiences apart from that as well. So effectively, it's just one example what we have done to this space, and this is applicable to every other industry where any industry participant or a player which has layers of data, and if they are able to intersperse that with tech, various platforms, experiences like VR, and they are effectively creating their own version of Metaverse. But where I would like to conclude by saying that Metaverse for us is an open platform, should be an open platform. It should not be different metaverses. The mistake the entire world has made with an internet, like you have a different Google account, you have different Facebook account. What effectively metaverse being an open operable, interoperable as a platform would mean specifically more from the perspective of digital twin. Your single digital twin would be able to replicate, would be able to be collaborative across multiple metaverses, whether it's a Facebook metaverse, whether it's Roblox, whether any other metaverses, Decentraland, Sandbox, so on and so forth. I'll stop here. I know it was a common thread across the ecosystems, but effectively the layer across the industries would be similar. Platforms would be over a period of time become simpler. I think hopefully we are doing our bit on the real estate space. Hopefully other platform players will do the same to ensure that we are moving as a unified metaverse rather than multiple metaverses.